I'm Pam, and this is my house.
I'm Peggy. Welcome to the video portion of Organized from the Inside Out.
This is your de-junking video.
And you're going to see exactly what to do with all the stuff you've collected.
Today is our grocery day, and we really did get groceries.
See, this is a testimony to the fact that we mind our weekly plan.
Because in our slob days, we would head out to get groceries, and we'd get sidetracked by the dumbest things. Remember that time we were going to walk, and it started raining?
Oh, the day. Oh, it was pouring
rain.
Pouring rain. I don't think I'll ever forget.
Please stay warm. Wisest of us all. Tell us what we need to know.
Excuse me, how much for a fortune?
99 cents for one, $1.50 for two.
Okay.
Hello. Magic crystal ball, wisest of us all. Tell us what we need to know. Yes, I see you. I see you on television, in front of millions of people. Why, you're on Donahue. I see you teaching women all over America how to get organized. You are the queens of clean. Yes, I see it here.
Egad, this is exactly
the way
it.
we used to live.
15 years ago, this is not an exaggeration. This is just exactly like it was.
And you know, it's kind of like people almost don't believe that we really live this way because we're so different now that it's hard to believe that you really would do this.
This is so scary to me because what it does, it brings back all these fights. We fought every day over this mess, and it's just the
Well, you can see
tension.
why. See, when you have a home that's gone bad like this, and you know, at what point did it get to this point? It doesn't matter at what point it did. The bills don't get mailed. The food is left out. You know, when you saw how overweight we were, we really were that and then some. And it's because of stuff like this. I mean, when you have food opportunities left out, and you get real
Used to eating bad food, and you get
your
a
tolerance
level.
is real high. And the opportunities, I mean, for lack of knowing what to do, you might just kind of be thinking, well, should I iron or finish that costume? Yeah. Then you find yourself, well, no, I'm not sure what I should do.
And you know, this room, this is the dining room and the kitchen. Every room was like this. The living room was trashed, the bathrooms, the basement, the car.
The master suite.
Oh, that
would be the worst room, because what you'd do if you're having company, you'd gather all this stuff up, and our kids were really good at it. We'd say, company coming in a half an hour, and everybody'd bag up and box up and grab and run. And it would all go in the master bedroom, because you can shut the door to that room, and people don't go in your bedroom. So that was a pretty safe room. But when you've gotten to this point, what good would doing the dishes be? I mean, there's way more than just dishes here.
So you'd think, well, I won't even do that. What's the use? And when you get overwhelmed like this, you just want to get out. You don't want to stay in it.
And you know what else? You might be thinking right now, hey, my house is great compared to theirs. And that's the beauty of us being the ones teaching it, because we've never found anybody worse than we were.
But even if it is worse, it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter, because you're going
to... It boils down to time and energy. And this room is probably, what, Sissy? 20 hours maybe of time and energy. But what you have to do is know where do I start when it's at this point. Where do you start? And that's what we can help you with. One thing we have to say before we actually get into the de-junking is that there are 4 things that you absolutely have to keep up while you're de-junking. Because if you have a 20-hour job in this room and every room in the house is this way, you've got probably 6 weeks worth of work to do. The 4 things: you have to get up in the morning and get yourself fixed up. And if you're this big, fix it up. It'll start getting littler when the food gets put away.
2, you're going to have to make your bed. Make it out of self-respect. We told you that in the audio cassettes.
And then you've got to keep your laundry up because people are still going to need to go out with clothes on. And the 4th thing, and this could sound stupid at this point, at night when you go to bed, you run the dishwasher, and in the morning, you empty it. Even with all this the way it is, keep that dishwasher going. The whole point of the 4 things is to keep the house functional, the laundry, the dishes, the bed, and you. And then we kind of have to tell you about knock on cast.
I was ice skating, and my 6th lesson, I broke my wrist.
Bless her heart, she got her certificate and everything. She's moved from alpha to beta, and then went whoosh, right on.
Wait, hey, if with this broken arm, I can prove to you that there's 2 things we keep telling you to do over and over again. We want you to get a partner, and she's been doing everything. And the second thing is, if you can do this, just this,
you can get this whole
your
place
house.
cleaned up, and we'll show you what this is going to do.
So if you can do this, you can de-junk your house. And remember what our rule is.
Pick it up, don't pass it up, and
then
put it
away.
away. Okay.
Now, here's
Demo what pick
it up means. If you take your finger and thumb and you come down on an object and then you squeeze so that you can pick the object up off the surface, it's officially picked up.
And then you have to do something with it. You have to deal with it.
Now in this case, this is a letter from person that...
Dear P&P, my house is a total shambles. Can you please tell me what I can keep and what I need to get rid of? Help. And it's signed Buried in Baltimore. Okay. Now what we have to do is take this it's a letter, and put it in a folder that we've marked desk day.
There'd be bills in here to pay and things for just your desk day, and we'll find all kinds of things all over this kitchen that will go in this envelope.
This kitchen, this mess is probably about a 20-hour job. And so, but what we want you to do is not get overwhelmed with the whole kitchen. Just focus on what you're going to do is take 1 hour at a time. So we put together kind of a little de-junking kit. And in the kit, we have a timer. And what you need to do is set it for an hour. That way you know you're only going to be working for an hour. So I'll set that.
And then you need a mending basket. You're going to run into all kinds of things that need to be glued or a button sewed on. And so you need scissors and some glue and needles and thread. And put that over by the phone.
Your phone. And then when you're on the phone, that's the time you can glue and mend, and that takes care of that.
You're going to need a bank because you're going to find lots of money and all kinds of checks you didn't even know you had. So keep that by.
Masking tape and a pen, because you're going to find things that you're going to want to give away or sell. And so, not give away, but sell. What we want you to do is price the item as you pick it up. So, and the other thing, the idea is to get 90% of the stuff that's here should be gone. It either would be thrown away or it would be given away or sold. So price it. If you think something's worth 50 cents, mark it 25. The idea is to get it out, not to make money. Okay?
You also need a shoe box for all the photos. You're going to find photographs in every closet and all over the place.
We don't want you to go to where your photograph albums are and start trying to organize the photographs. That's way, way down the road. If you don't need to even think about that now. You might want to write a little on a scratch pad, 3x5 scratch pad, which you need scratch pads that size. You need one in your purse, and you need one in by every phone. You'd write on the scratch pad, organize the photograph albums, and then you'd put that slip of paper sometime maybe 7 or 8 months down the road. Okay. Organizing them now would be like premature organization. You don't need to even think about that.
Now the other part of the kit are produce boxes, and you need to start collecting these. They look like this. You go to your grocery store and ask in the produce section when their main shipment is every week, and then start collecting these. You'll
probably need about 25 of them, and they're real sturdy cardboard, and they have bottoms and lids, and that's what we organize with. Now, the first box we need you to label, and this is the bottom to one of the produce boxes, is put away. And that's for stuff that you're going to come onto, and that they need to go someplace else, not where you are, someplace else in the house. And rather than, say you run onto a deck of cards or something, rather than take the cards down to the family room right now, we're afraid you might get down there and then start playing cards. Well, we know it's a sidetracked kind of a thing to do, so just put it for now in a put-away box.
Then you're going to need a giveaway or sell box. That'll be for the things that they're too good to throw away, but you'll maybe have in the garage sale. So anything that'll go outside of your house that's good enough to sell or give away.
When you put the giveaway sell stuff in here, when it comes up to the top and it's full, just put a lid on it and take the box out to the garage and then start over with a brand new box.
And then you'll need a box that's labeled storage.
That'll be for stuff that's seasonal things, party things, holiday things, things that you'd want out of the main living area. And we'll show you how to set up a whole storage area. The last thing you need is lots and lots of garbage sacks. The kitchen here, this is about a 30-sack room. And we really, really want you to be thinking about get rid of it. The best friend you have is going to be your garbage man. Hi, Clyde!
Clyde. He's so cute.
Best friends.
He is.
Okay, what we're going to do is start in a specific spot because we don't want to dart all around this kitchen and start throwing things away. We want to start, we'll start with this first drawer. It's the typical junk drawer by the phone. And see, it won't even open. Okay.
Okay.
You're not going to like this part, but you have to mind us. The old way would be to kind of just rearrange this stuff and, you know, get
Maybe
some of it out.
Throw a few things away.
And that doesn't work. We need you to really gut the drawer, okay? We know it's not pretty, but it has to be done. And then, look at the drawer when it doesn't have anything in it. You'd wipe this out and get it all nice and clean. And our rule
Is think before you fill your drawers.
The reason we've got that rule is we need to have a new thought about what goes in this drawer. This is the drawer that goes by the telephone. So what would go in there? The telephone book. See, before the telephone book's been on the counter because the drawer was too full to put it in there. And you'd only need one telephone book. When you get the new book, throw the old book away.
Okay. Okay, now some of our rules, like magazines, we see lots of piles and collections, years and years of magazines. And people we talk to all over the country say, I can't throw them away. There's so much good information, and I know I'm going to read it. And I'm saving it because I'm going to read that article. But the truth is, when have you ever had 15 minutes where you thought, I'm going to get that 1982 Family Circle magazine and read that article on basset hounds. You're not going to do it. So you need to throw all your magazines away. You can keep last month's issue and this month's issue. And that's all.
You can keep some Christmas issues because they always talk about an old-fashioned Christmas. So the older they are, the more old-fashioned the Christmas is. So you get to do that.
This is January 1990.
If you think about it and you really do want to read old material, go to the doctor. He's got all kinds of old magazines.
Grocery bags. You can have 5 of them. And the deal is, grocery bags have babies in between the refrigerator and the counter when you're not looking. And there's a little bit of a fear thought that someday you're going to go to the Safeway and
the clerk is going to say, hey, get out of here with those groceries. You're not getting a sack. Just take them home. That's not going to happen. And we also see lots of these sacks being used as organizational tools. What happens is you've got this kind of a mess in every room and somebody calls and says, we're right around the corner, we're going to come and see you. And so what you do is go around and bag stuff up thinking that you'll deal with it later.
You go put it in the master suite.
Stuff in a bag is out of sight, out of mind, so just don't have the bags in the first place.
Here's some Christmas bells, and they need to go in the storage box, and then we're going to do a storage area. We'll tell you about that
See, they should have never been put in here, but they were, so we'll just deal with it.
On coupons, our rule is if when you're de-junking your drawers you find any coupons that are outdated, you can't cut them anymore. And so you have to throw,
you have to throw all of them away. And then you get your cutting privileges back after you're totally de-junked. Then you can cut again. And what you would do, you'd cut with wisdom. You'd clip on your quiet day, your desk day, and then you'd take those coupons and put them in your purse, and then you'd actually use those coupons on your grocery day, your gopher day.
And see, you haven't thrown them out before because you're afraid they have a value there. They say right on it, 50 cents.
This is $5 off of a pizza, but you had to order it about 2 years ago, so just throw them away.
You're going to run into cassettes all over the house. Rather than start organizing all your cassettes, stop this and start that, you want to collect them all as you find them, keep them in one box, and then maybe 6-8 months from now, you'll organize your cassettes. Videos are the same way. So we'll put those.
Now don't forget, if you start to pick something up, it's yours, and you have to make one of the decisions. Throw it away, store it, give it away or sell, put it away someplace else. This is an odd slipper. There's not a mate to it. You don't want to be thinking that somewhere down the road you'll find and mate them up again, because you won't. Just get rid of it.
Oh,
Pins.
you know those odd socks that you have collected somewhere? We called the Salvation Army and we said, you know, do you want odd socks? Are you going to mate them up later on or something? Could you use them? And they said, well, we wouldn't do that, but we can use them. We use them in upholstery and stuff. So
They grind them up and shred them up and put them in couches and stuff.
So they'd like to have those odd socks.
Don't do this anymore. Don't take the scratch pads and pens from hotels and motels. They only put enough ink in there to just get by, and so they don't work very well. And we see way too many pens. You get to have 25 of them. And so if you've got them all rubber banded around and in jars everywhere around the house, you've got to get rid of 90% of them. We test every pen before we keep it, and the way you do that, you just take the pen and then put it down on paper, go in a circle, and if ink comes out on the paper, it's a keeper.
So, but
it's a hotel pen, so I'm getting rid of it.
You wouldn't even test that one. Oh, you're going to find things that are sentimental, like Peggy Ann. She made this for me in the 4th grade, and I can't. Or first grade.
What
it
is
was first grade.
What
it's
is
a dinosaur, and it's got a broken foot, so it needs to go in my mending basket.
Okay.
And then when I'm on the phone or something, I can glue that. But I want to keep that.
And you get to keep it.
Yeah.
Because it's real special. We know it's a dinosaur. But I noticed that there's a rock in here that I'm sure is probably another one of those things that somebody one of your kids gave you. Here it is. You don't want to keep stuff like this. They give you all kinds of this stuff, and you keep 10% of all their best stuff they give you. And we got one produce box for each kid. And the time that they're in your home, that whole time they're in school and making artwork and bringing you stuff, one box will keep it. And like something special like that, you put.
Well, the things that make it onto the refrigerator, and just one thing a week, so you don't want your refrigerator covered with all kinds of stuff. The thing that made it on for the week might go in that box of theirs.
And this wouldn't have made it on for the week because it's not.
And you need to throw their things away when they're not looking, because it kind of hurts their feelings if they see it go.
Okay, we're getting rid of this scratch pad, and we want you to be thinking about 3x5s. We have a saying, we change lives with 3x5s. So you need a scratch pad by each phone and in your purse, and we'll have one in this junk drawer.
We also found this. This is a ski hat, and we'll put it in the storage.
We don't want anything in the main living area that would be seasonal and should go someplace else.
Here's another thing. This is a nice Christmas bag, so we'll put that in storage.
You're going to run onto some guilt, and you just are. This is
it's hard.
This is a graduation announcement. It's an invitation, but it's class in 1984, so it's kind of late. And it would have been a real nice thing to go to. But
and send them a gift.
Here's what you do when you run onto this. You just put it over there in that folder that's the desk day folder, and then on your desk day, write the kid out a little check, $10 or whatever, and put a little note in there and say, I know you're an attorney now, and I've been thinking about you so much, and here's $10.
Oh,
You'll be thrilled.
You're going to find lots of keys, and you're not going to remember what it goes to. And like, here's a key to an old car we used to have, and I don't know what I'm thinking. Am I going to find the car someday and rip it off? I'm not going to.
See,
they have
seem to have
value.
kind of a.
Well, they're metal. They're like a coin, so you kind of don't want to throw away something valuable.
Plus, you've had them kind of be a block in your mind. You've lost your keys. You've been locked out of places, and so you just really hate to kind of have one in your hand and dump it. But just
do it.
Here, this important safeguards. Save these instructions. I mean, they mean it, but it's to the automatic coffee maker. So if you're successfully brewing coffee every morning, you don't need to mind them. You don't need to keep their instructions. You're doing it.
You're going to find lots of greeting cards that you've saved because you love the person that sent you the card, or you love the card, but we've seen too many cards. And the thing is, I love Basset Hound, so I've got Basset Hound cards but the rule, remember, it's you can keep 10%. So you have to be real selective.
In what you keep.
So those can both go.
Twist ties. Twist ties that's another thing you can have get too many of.
You get to have 6 of them.
You can have 6 of these big heavy duty ones, and you can have 6 of these long skinnier ones, and 6 of these medium ones, and then 6 of the short ones. There's 4 different sizes, and you can have 6 of each one of those, but no more than that. It's kind of like when you get a lot of twist ties, it means you're not twisting anything. So, and it's another fear thought. It's like you're going to get a box of the garbage sacks and they won't have twist ties in them. It's not going to happen.
You're going to find duplicates of everything. You're going to find probably 20 pair of scissors and all kinds of duplicates.
Now this duplicate, this is a tape measure, and it's missing an inch on the end of it. So what happens with that? When you go to measure something, you're going to have to get your left brain in there, adding up that extra inch so you're not off an inch. Get rid of it. And if you find out that say we didn't have a duplicate and we needed a new one, write it on the scratch pad. Just put new tape measure. And then this scratch pad piece of paper would go in your card file kit in the day that you've designated to be your gopher day.
I'm going to put this in the put away.
This goes throw away. Another thing you can do, you don't need to keep this whole thing just because you need a phone number off of it. Just get the phone number. This is for Columbia Vet, okay. On the scratch pad, put Columbia Vet and the phone number. Okay, and then this would go in the card file in front of in the alphabet
section. You're going to find lots of maps. And the deal with maps, they make new ones every year because they make new roads every year. And so if
can goof you up.
Well, if you're going by an old map, you're going to get lost. So throw your old maps away and have it be a routine thing. Once a year, you get new maps.
Let's see, what else?
Garage sale. Oh, here, these. See, now, this is a bunch of parts, but...
these are serious parts. These are parts
I have
to
no
some
idea.
Kind of a big, like a freezer or something.
But there's...
What you need to do is, since you don't know what it goes to, just throw them away, and then from now on, when you get a big appliance and parts come to it, write on there with a felt marker what it goes to, and keep these with your tools.
It'd be great to do your de-junking with your partner because your partner can look at your stuff with objective eyes where you kind of don't even know whether you should keep some of the stuff you've got. And when she can help you with how much it's worth too, like this bracelet, I don't know, 50 cents?
Well, I think you could get 10 for it. So we'll just put it in the box. Or sell this little deal. When you find stuff that you really don't think has a very big value or your partner tells you it doesn't, you can set up a whole box of free stuff and just throw it in there and that'll attract people.
There's money. More.
I'm going to give this away, Sissy. It's 10 cents.
What'd you give away?
Don't go over there. That's the other thing. Don't go back. Well, she didn't get to decide, so she can look in there. You don't have to throw away anything that you don't want to. But you need to just keep being selective.
Now these are birthday candles. They look awful. They've been used once. So once you've torched a cake and you've sucked the frosting off the bottoms of them, throw them away, and then every birthday get fresh candles. It's so much nicer.
Batteries. If you don't have a battery charger, or not charger, tester, just throw them away. Don't keep putting them somewhere in the drawer and think that you'll use them, or you won't.
I need a new pair of these. This doesn't have those arms.
Okay, now normally we'd set that timer for 1 hour, and then you'd go around, and when the timer went off, you'd have tons and tons of stuff in your put-away box that need to be delivered all over the house.
Remember, it's an hour of de-junking and 10 minutes of put-away.
So this one will be kind of getting full. You'll put all that stuff around where it goes. The giveaway cell box, it's getting kind of full, and maybe it's got a lid on it by now and it's out in the garage. The storage box, it's going to get full. See, because we've only done one drawer right here, and we've got that drawer and that drawer. We have the whole house. We have end tables to do and bookcases, and we have the whole bedroom to do all the dresser drawers and the closets. But back to the thought, don't think of the whole job because it'll overwhelm you. Think of 1 hour, one drawer at a time, and then with the storage stuff, when you get all the way around the house and you're totally dejunked, that's when you set up your storage area.
So next we'll show you how to do that.
What you have to do
First is establish a storage area. So it could be in some bedroom that you don't use in the closet, or under that funny part in the stairs, or out in the garage, or in a
all it
basement.
has to do is be dry and have light so that you can see what you've put out there and the boxes will stay dry.
So we're in the garage, and we have started our, remember we said collect all of your storage boxes. As you fill one up, put it where you think your storage area will be.
And we said keep all the boxes the same size. That's so they stack nicely. Okay, so we've got this stack started.
And the next thing you do is take that divider. You have a divider in your card file that's blank.
And you need to write storage on it. And what you're going to end up doing, everything you put in a box, you're going to write down on a 3x5 card, and you'll mark the card, and you'll mark a card that goes on the outside of the box, just like we've done here. And then the card that you fill out, that all the stuff that's in here will go in the card file. So we'll go through it slow. Okay, see, we've got S2 and S1. These are snow clothes. 2 boxes of them. We ski, so there's a lot of that.
T is toys. We only have 1 box because our kids are grown.
We've got clothing boxes, and we've got 3 of those. And what you do when you write down what you put in that box, you write sizes. So that way you won't miss hand-me-downs when the kids get old enough to get into bigger sizes.
Now, this is a Christmas box we're doing right now. And
We
so
labeled those X-1-2-3, however many you have. And
we're on
based
X3.
on the kind of people we are,
We're
we
gonna
know
have
you're
about
going to have
10.
at least
Because we love to decorate.
Okay, so let's start with this box. Okay, this is a storage box that we've filled up. It's got mismatched stuff from all over the house.
Okay, first of all, in this box we've got 6 strings of Christmas lights.
Okay, this
And
is the
some
third Christmas box.
So X3.
X-3 on the 3x5.
And we found some of those fuses that go to the Christmas lights.
Strings of lights. Okay, and fuses.
Fuses. And remember these bells? They're going to go
Those
in
were
this
in
box.
the junk drawer in the kitchen. Now they get a place in storage.
And then put sugar candy
Bells.
garland. Then that's going to
Sugar.
fill this up.
Candy garland.
Okay?
Okay. Now, by now you have already collected lots of produce boxes, probably about 25, and so you know how much you love them. They're really sturdy, and so you've got the bottom and the lid, and it goes all the way down to the top, and then they've got handles. Okay, so now this has to match this.
You have to put X1.
Now this is the third box of the Christmas stuff. X-3 on the front. You want to tape that for me? Can you tape it?
You can.
And
And we're going to put the, you want
I'll
to,
do
okay,
that.
I can tape, you
I'll put it
pile.
there. And there it goes. Third box. And then we have to put this card in front of the divider.
Now, we're down to 1 more box here, and it's all miscellaneous stuff. Nothing relates to anything else. And so what we do with that is make out a 3x5 card that says M1.
M-1.
That's
Be
for-
careful on these miscellaneous boxes.
Yeah, you
if
don't
you
want-
start to get, if you have more than 2,
Yeah,
that
that's
means you're not sorting. And
So-
what's going to happen? Now, this is interesting too. You're going to get another chance to make that choice to throw stuff away. Remember the rule? How does that go?
Yeah, if you haven't sat in it, squeezed into it, mailed, watered, or read it in the last year, dump
Out.
it. Okay.
Okay,
So
like,
now-
see, you
now-
want to make another decision. Now's your chance.
No, this is decorating. So, but it's for Thanksgiving. So I want
We'll
to
put
keep
down
him.
here the Indian, and you get to keep anything that's precious to
Yeah.
you, and that Indian is.
Now, this hat, you might wonder, why isn't it in the ski clothes? Well, because it's for a snowman. So put snowman hat.
Got it?
And then the ghost. I have 1 Halloween decoration.
Think it.
No, I need him.
Ghost?
Yeah. And then I've got 3 of those corns, Indian
3
corns.
corns.
And then let's see, goggles, some little swim goggles.
Swim goggles. Goggles.
and an umbrella.
Swim and an umbrella.
So see, none of this relates, but we know that everything's in here because it's on the card. Then we'll take
M-1. Put the lid on the box.
Here's the lid.
Tape the card to the outside. And you know what? You know, we keep dropping our tape. You know what is fun? It's fun when, well, you can kind of flaunt your storage area, because the old way would be if somebody wanted something, you didn't know where it was, and if you just had stuff up in the attic, you could go up there and drop right through, a step through in the dark, because you just have a trouble light up there. And this way, say your husband says, babe, where are my, you know where my swim goggles are? Now you can say, just a minute, let me just get there. Go to your card file kit. You know you don't have a whole box of swim goggles or swim fins or anything, so you go there, pull out M-1, and you say, here they are, honey, they're out in M1 out in the garage.
It's wonderful.
Don't let a mess like this scare you, because it doesn't have to.
And remember, it's the trend. You didn't get in this mess overnight, and you're not going to get out of it overnight.
And you know, the difference this time is you have all the tools now, and before you didn't. You have a storage area that's going to work for you. You have the card file kit and the weekly plan. You have everything you need to get out of this mess. And just like us, you can go from this to this. And if you ever are worried that you're going to miss some of the junk you hauled out of here,
We're going to show you what to do.
what have you got there?
Okay, this is $4.99,
$4.99,
$3.99.
$3.99.
I know we're under 40.
Okay, $38.80. Good. All right, here's what we do. Whenever we get that feeling like we're going to miss our stuff, we just come here and we look at all of it, and we load up a cart, and we keep a tally. We always keep it under $50. And it just gives us a good feeling that we'll never miss the stuff. We could just come and visit it, or you can buy it if you need to buy it. It's a choice that we can make.
And see, this is just from 2 aisles of stuff, and there are so many more aisles to go through.
So you don't ever need to worry about getting rid of your stuff. It's all here. It's all here, and then you make the choice. We can decide right now, do we buy this stuff and take it back to our houses? Usually what we do, we put it back.
Usually.
The camping gear,
Oh, yeah, oh, that's right.
We did buy back our camping gear one year.
1 year, and we took it back that winter. Who could that be?
And anyway, one time in 15 years is no big deal.
Nice to see you. I see you have done a beautiful job. Look, I said you would be clean, and you are clean and organized.
You did.
Now, crystal ball, tell us what we need to know for your future. Yes, yes, yes. I see you are going to the White House. Yes, yes, you're going to organize the White House. And there's more. Yes, you will bring about world peace. Oh, wonderful. Yes, yes.